Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with House of the Dragon. Last time on House of the Dragon we had the Green Council, where following the death of King Viserys the Peaceful, the Hightowers were scrambling to install Aegon as the new king after the quote-unquote dying wishes of former King Viserys. And so yeah, they did that. They eventually found Aegon and were ready to install him as king and even got a decent enough coronation. And then Rhaenys got on her dragon and burst through the floor and killed many innocent people. And yes, it's a terrible thing, killing all those innocent people, but shut up, she looked cool. Nah, I'm kidding. It is perfectly valid to critique her dramatic exit, but I mean, it did still look cool. You gotta give it that, you know? So yeah, she made her dramatic exit. She could have killed all of her enemies right there, but didn't. And yeah, she flew away and is presumably on her way to Rhaenyra to tell her about the oncoming war. So yeah, we are on to the finale today. Isn't that crazy? The finale of House of the Dragon Season 1. And what an interesting season this has been. Now, we'll probably talk a bit more about that after the reaction, once we get the full season under our belts. But yeah, a very interesting, different from Game of Thrones, especially with the time skips and everything, but just a very good, compelling season. So I'm very curious how we're going to wrap up. Now, I don't think we're going to have anything, too, major in this finale. Game of Thrones finales were never, super big. It was always one or two episodes before where you get the really big stuff and then you get stuff sort of setting up the next seasons and stuff in the final episode. So I kind of feel like that's what we're going to get here. But I'm still excited. I'm curious to see where we're going, and I'm very curious to see where we're going in Season 2. But before that, let's go ahead and jump right into the Season 1 finale of House of the Dragon. Here we go.
Might we hope for news of Lord Corlys's recovery?
Viserys is dead. Aegon has been crowned as his successor.
Whore of a queen murdered my brother and stole his throne, and you could have burned more for it.
A war is like to be fought over this treachery, to be sure. But that war is not mine to begin. I only rushed this warning to you out of loyalty to my husband and to my house.
Is she? Oh no.
Baby's coming.
Just now. Watch this again.
Your grandson, King Viserys, has passed.
Viserys?
The Greens have repudiated the succession.
But you couldn't have had Daemon say this.
I'm grateful for your long service to the crown. So I'm presenting you with a choice.
Oh god. Oh god, he's so spindly. I hate that it laughs.
Or, if you support the usurper, speak it now. And you will have a clean and honorable death. But if you choose treachery, if you swear fealty now only to later turn your cloaks, know that you will die. Screaming.
Oh shit. Can her dragon feel it? Yo, fucking warning, dude! I can't. Tell me when it's over. I'm really trying not to throw up. Oh my god, that almost got me. Lost her child and her father at the same time. He stole Viserys' crown?
I swear to ward the Queen.
My queen.
Alright, she has a crown. Whoa. Yo, this table lights up! Yo, why did Stannis never do this? That's freaking dope, dude.
Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen, first of her name. Queen of the Andals and Rhoynar and the First Men. Lady of the Seven Kingdoms and protector of the realm.
Ah, the full thing.
Your Grace.
Sorry.
Wine, my queen.
Thank you, Rhaena.
It's what your father would have wanted. To drink. He really wanted wine.
We already have declarations from Celtigar and Staunton, Massey, Darkland, and Barrymont.
We sent a raven to the north, but they frankly couldn't be bothered.
There has never lived a Stark who forgot an oath, and with House Stark, the North will follow.
Lord Boros Baratheon will need to be reminded
Interesting.
of his father's promises.
Interesting. The Starks will never break an oath. I mean, that is true.
Your Grace. A ship has been sighted offshore. A lone galleon flying a banner of a three-headed green dragon.
Alert the watchtowers, sight the skies.
Damn, it's fucking going. See, I'm sure, you know, part of it is, oh, I must, you know, install Rhaenyra as queen. I think a lot of it, though, is he wants revenge for Viserys. Oh, shit. Well, this looks familiar.
Where is the princess?
Oh, shit. You mean the queen? She's coming in the same way she came in the last time we were all on this bridge. Except now she's coming in on the other side. Please tell me Sir Kristen's here. Oh no, it's the same side. It's just now you're trapped.
Stale oaths will not put you on the Iron Throne, princess. The succession changed the day your father sired a son. I only regret that you and he were the last to see the truth of it.
You owe him more hand than Aegon is king. Fucking traitor!
Damn, well there goes the pen. The page.
Queen Alicent has not forgotten the love you once had for each other.
King's Landing will have my answer on the morrow.
She's letting them go.
No, my oath reaches beyond our personal ambitions. A song of ice and fire.
What? Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
No. I mean, it's a question of, do you follow Viserys or do you not?
I never told you.
No.
Did he?
He only told you. Hey.
Your brother is also dead.
No.
In his haste to bury you and claim your seat, he stood before the king and denounced Laenor's sons as illegitimate.
Heedless ambition has always been a Velaryon weakness.
moment, Rhaenys. I reached too far. And for nothing. Our pursuit of the Iron Throne is at an end. We shall declare for no one. Rhaenyra was complicit in our son's death. That girl destroys everything she touches.
That girl is holding the realm together at present. Every man standing round the painted table urges her to plunge the realm into war.
Nah.
Rhaenyra is the only one who's demonstrated restraint.
Ironically.
My lords.
Lord Corlys. It brings much relief to see you hale and healthy again.
I'm very sorry about your father, Princess. He was a good man.
Of that, no one can deny.
Well, we would also hope to have the support of houses Arryn, Baratheon, and Stark.
Hope is the fool's ally.
Both Arryn and Baratheon share blood with my house, but all of them swore oaths to me.
As did House Hightower, if I remember.
As did you, Lord Corlys.
Nah. Fair point.
You have the full support of our fleet and house.
Hey.
If war's first stroke is to fall, it will not be by my hand.
You do not mean to act.
Taking caution does not mean standing fast. I wish to know who my allies are before I send them to war.
You don't want to rush. That makes sense, honestly. We've got time.
If we're to have enough swords to surround King's Landing, we must first secure the support of Winterfell, the Eyrie, and Storm's End.
I'll prepare the ravens, Your Grace.
We should bear those messages. Dragons can fly faster than ravens, and then more convincing. Send us.
The prince is right, Your Grace.
That's true. They want to help.
If you take this errand, you go as messengers, not as warriors. You must take no part in any fighting. Swear it to me, now. Storm's End is a short flight from here. You have Baratheon blood from your grandmother, Rhaenys. And Lord Boros is an eternally proud man. You'll be honored to host a prince of the realm and his dragon.
I hope you're right about that. Anyone else have a bad
Go
feeling?
to it, then.
Whoa. What dragon is this? The hell was that? Oh yes, I imagine this is where the storms end. Doesn't mean they're gone, this is just where they end. Vhagar! Oh, that means Aemond is here.
The House of the Dragon does not seem to know who rules it. What's your mother's message?
Come on, Luke. You can do this.
Remind me of my father's oath. King Aegon at least came with an offer. My swords and banners for a marriage pact. Go home, pup. And tell your mother that the Lord of Storm's End is not some dog that she can whistle up at need to set against her foes.
I shall take your answer to the Queen, my lord.
Wait!
Oh shit, no.
My lord Strong.
Ah, he's gonna provoke him.
I came as a messenger, not a warrior.
Fight would be little challenge. No. I want you to put out your eye.
Oh, shit. It was Luke who took his eye.
Payment for mine.
Not here.
Give me your eye, or I will take it, boss.
Not in my hall! The boy came as an envoy. I'll not have blood shed beneath my roof.
Oh, there's a bit of honor to him. Where did Vhagar go? Oh! Bryn, must go faster! Must go faster! Oh! He's so much bigger! Oh, kid. Oh. For evasive maneuvers, you're smaller. Oh, no! Oh, man. This is a real dragon fight. Or at the very least, just a chase. And we can only marginally see it better than the last time. Ah. Clever. Use Vhagar's size against her. Are they both disobeying? Ugh. Sunlight. That means he can't so easily hide. Fuck. Luke is dead. Which is not what he wanted. Oh. Ugh. Now it's a war. Now it's a fucking war. Okay then. Wasn't it Viserys who said it's foolish to think that we control the dragons? There you go. Arax did not listen to Luke. Vhagar did not listen to Aemond. And now Luke is dead. I saw... This morning, I went onto Twitter. Which that's never a good start to a story. But I was basically just setting up like today's stuff. I'm recording this on a Monday, and what I do basically is every morning I go in and I schedule what video goes up for that day, schedule it to go up on YouTube, schedule to make a post on Twitter, and I saw in the side, House of the Dragon fumbles its finale to set up season 2. It didn't say anything else. I didn't look at it. I didn't want to see any spoilers. But that's all I saw, was that House of the Dragon fumbles its season finale. I don't know who said that. I thought it was pretty good. I might say, though, like, a lot of this, especially leaving on that cliffhanger of Luke's death, I would say that it honestly almost feels like more of a season premiere than a season finale, you know? But I mean, I don't even remember, like, half the stuff that was in the Season 1 finale of Game of Thrones, you know? Like, what you remember is Baelor, You know, you remember that episode. You remember Ned Stark. I think, you know, in that we had, we had the fallout of Ned Stark's death, you know? So, I don't know. I guess, you know, I'd say this is pretty similar for our first season. And it's very obvious that Aemond did not want to kill Lucerys. He didn't want to kill Luke. He owes a debt that can now never be paid. But Vhagar went further. Vhagar went further than that. Friend Boros Baratheon. This whole thing of like, no, he came in as a messenger, and I will not have bloodshed in my hall, but fuck him and everything because he didn't offer a marriage proposal. I don't know. Friend Boros. I'm somewhat assuming that Jacaerys, Jace, I assume his meetings might have been better. Who knows? It depends on who went there, you know? It just so happened that Aemon went to Lord Boros at Storm's End, but who knows if someone else was sent to... I mean, they don't have too many dragons, and I don't think they would send King Aegon, you know? So, getting to the errands at the Vale, and then getting to the north. I love how... Because at first I was like, you know, the north, you know, they probably don't want to get involved in this political squabble, but I like how Rhaenyra says, the North will never break an oath. So if you get the Starks, you get the North. House Stark will never break an oath, and that is true. That is true. I mean, when you really stop and think about, like, when Ned would ever dishonor himself, it was always for a greater good, you know? It was always for a greater good. And yeah, like, I'm thinking, okay, with all of this, pretty much everyone knows, like, okay, so the Hightowers have instantly installed Aegon as king, but everyone swore an oath to Rhaenyra, you know, as the chosen heir of King Viserys. And, like, I'm trying to think, if this was Ned Stark, what would Ned Stark do, you know? Like, because Rhaenyra has not done anything heinous, you know, something so heinous that would warrant Ned Stark breaking that oath, you know? The Mad King did. But in terms of Ned Stark, and, you know, yes, I'm sure there's some variation in the Starks, but the Starks are just an honorable people. So I can only assume Lord Cragen Stark is the same, you know? So yeah, if this was Ned Stark, would Ned bow down? You know what? Ned would not, at the very least, he would not bow down unless Rhaenyra did, I think. And with Rhaenyra essentially calling the banners, I think the Starks would be like, okay, if that's what you say, because you are the person we swore to, you know? I think that's how Ned Stark would deal with it, you know? So it's just an interesting thing. Meanwhile, the Baratheons are like, yeah, what am I getting out of this? You know? This eye will not stop itching. Oh, okay, I got it. Jeez Louise. That eye was itching up a storm. What the hell is Daemon up to? What was that big dragon? What's he doing? He's got some plan. I think at this point he's definitely not going to. Like, I don't think we would get through all of this and then he like betrays Rhaenyra and becomes king. I don't think he would. But he's trying to protect his family, not the family, the family forced upon Viserys, you know, not the Hightowers. He's trying to protect Targaryens, you know, and you know, maybe that comes with Rhaenys and even Lord Corlys and everything, but the point for him is Targaryen, and yeah, so I think he is committed to Rhaenyra. However, I think he wants to go much further than Rhaenyra will, you know? Now, the question of would he want to bypass Jace, only Jace now? Well, I guess, and Joffrey. Would he want to bypass Jace and Joffrey and have his children as heir, Aegon and Viserys? Would he want them to be the heirs? We don't know. I'm not sure, honestly. You know? Because I don't think it's necessarily about his lineage. It's just his family. And technically, Jace and Joffrey and Luke are his family. They are sons of Rhaenyra. So, there's that. But he definitely wants to go further. And the other part of that definitely is revenge. He wants to avenge Viserys, you know? He knows exactly. Now, he said, you know, the king has been slain, that Alicent has killed him. But it really wasn't, you know? Alicent is, I don't want to fully say innocent, but she is also ignorant, you know? She did not kill Viserys, and as far as she sees it, Viserys did tell her to crown Aegon instead of Rhaenyra. You know, if Viserys had just died and he didn't say that, what would Alicent have done? Would Alicent have gone and been like, you know, basically, would she have made the choice, okay, we're going to have to betray the king's wishes, or would she have been like, well, this sucks, especially for my family, but Rhaenyra is the heir, you know? There's something interesting to question, you know? There's something interesting to think about. What would Alicent have done if Viserys had not said that to her, you know? If she had not misunderstood what Viserys said, you know? But yeah, but Daemon is definitely out for blood, for revenge because of Viserys. I mean, for all the trouble he caused, he cared about his brother, you know? He definitely cared about his brother. And he does not like that Rhaenys did not just take them out. Because she could have. She could have just taken them all out, you know? But, even though, despite what I put in the thumbnail of last episode, it was not her war to begin, you know? Which is interesting. And to be fair, yeah, it wasn't, you know? She got out of there, and, you know, out of courtesy to her family, warned Rhaenyra. And then by doing so, Rhaenyra had a miscarriage. Like we've had some terrible stuff. I can't believe I've had to watch Rhaenyra give birth twice now in one season, you know? Like, every 5 episodes, Rhaenyra has to give birth, apparently. And, the first time was rough enough when it was just, sound effects and stuff, but this... like, I thought it was bad. I thought it was bad with Queen Aemma in episode 1, but jeez, like, I just about threw up in that scene. Like, I did not need that. Ugh. But yeah, gather everybody. It's interesting the caution Rhaenyra was taking in this, The whole thing of, could she... not necessarily could she avoid war, but she's thinking, okay, I can't be the one who plunges us into war. So I will let the Hightowers declare war first, And I get that. And she definitely... she basically repeats what Daenerys says in season 7, I do not want to be Queen of the Ashes, I do not want to be Queen of the Ashes. And you get that. But in that season of Game of Thrones as well, you also had Lady Olenna, who's like, you're the dragon. Be a dragon. And if she had done that, if she had taken her 3 dragons, burned King's... well, maybe not King's Landing itself, but burn the Red Keep, burn the armies, burn away Casterly Rock, burn this stuff early, she would have won immediately. And that's not necessarily her going mad at the end like an idiot, because fuck that ending. But if she had being a dragon, she could have. And if she had just done that to the armies and not the random ass people of King's Landing, then she would have easily been queen. And now, that's exactly what Daemon wants to do. Daemon wants to fucking burn. But now, and especially with Lord Corlys, they could surround all of King's Landing and just completely cut off the Greens, the Hightowers. But in order to do that, you have to have the men, and now they don't have Storm's End. Unless, the only thing I could think is if Lord Boros, if he hears about the death of Lucerys and is like, what the fuck? No. If he now goes against King Aegon because of what his brother has done, even though he didn't want to do it, it was... the choice was made by Vhagar, not by Aemond, but that could be it, That could be it, that Lord Boros would switch sides because of the dishonor that Aemond Targaryen would show, Or not. It's entirely possible I'm just, pulling that out of nowhere. We did also have, I like the conversation between Rhaenyra and Daemon of the Song of Ice and Fire, And it's interesting to see that it's like, yeah, Viserys didn't tell you about that. And they both bring up good points pretty much that, Daemon's like, Viserys would do anything to make his pathetic rule something, but it was just it was an era of nothing pretty much, he tries to make it seem all important, and the whole thing of dreams didn't make us kings, dragons did, and that's a great line. But on the other hand, Rhaenyra does see the importance. She sees the prophecy, Aegon's prophecy, Aegon's dream of the darkness coming from the north, the whole thing of, you must unite the lands against the White Walkers, She sees the importance, and then she realizes, oh, Viserys never told you. He never told you because you were never going to be king. Which, it's an interesting thing, too, because that also implies that Jaehaerys, excuse me. There is a difference between those two names. Jaehaerys, the former king, presumably then told Viserys, Presumably he told Viserys about that and not Rhaenys, And then we had Lord Corlys. It was nice to have him back, definitely. And it was interesting how he was like, we need to get out of this. We're not going to take a side and everything. But then, yeah, it's like, look, we can do this, And let me kind of go back for a sec.
Girl destroys everything she touches. That girl is holding the realm together at present. Every man standing round the painted table urges her to plunge the realm into war. Rhaenyra is the only one who's demonstrated restraint.
That's an interesting point, and how that basically convinces Lord Corlys to take a side is that, she is the only one showing restraint in all of this. You would think, like, all right, here we go, this is it, but she is waiting. She is waiting. She is not going in. She's not jumping in recklessly, She is being restrained. She is showing restraint when everyone else wants to go to war, So that's just an interesting thing. And then, the boys were sent out as messengers. And it's interesting, Lord Boros, he denies it, but he will not have Lucerys being mistreated in his, in his hall in Storm's End, he's not going to have that, And when Aemond is like, well, you're a traitor, now I'll have your eye and everything, it's like, no, not at Storm's End. So of course Aemond then takes a disguise to torment him, but Vhagar goes the extra mile. And kills him, and that's not what Aemond wanted, and that, I'm wondering if that will hurt. That's the ignition of war. And it's not Rhaenyra declaring war. Vhagar declared war, basically. Aemond had the first strike against Rhaenyra, even though he did not want to. He had the first strike. It is not Rhaenyra who is deciding on war. It is them now. Even if through accident, it's still Aemond's dragon killing Lucerys, and that could be something. You go to the other lords and be like, hey, they shot first. They shot first and murdered. Not just that they attacked, but they killed Prince Lucerys Velaryon in cold blood. A man who was only sent as a messenger, not a warrior, killed with his dragon. So that could be it. I don't know. But it has definitely sparked the war, and it has sparked the vengeance within Rhaenyra. Oh boy. An interesting finale. Definitely an interesting finale. And yes, is it the most, big bombastic thing? No, but Game of Thrones finales never really are, Like, there's always something before it that's the big bombastic, and then you get, set up for what's to come, or, some stories sort of petering out a bit, So, I thought this was good, and I'm very curious to see where we are going next time. But yeah, I have no idea if they've said anything on when Season 2 is going to come back. But I'll be right here watching more when it does come out. So that is basically it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my House of the Dragon reactions, as well as another playlist for all of my Game of Thrones reactions if you want to go check those out. There's also the subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.